Welcome back to another video. I am going to do, I think, like a day in the life kind of thing. I am getting dinner in the crock pot, so we're going to start with that. It is currently beautiful, blue skies and sunny, but it's supposed to turn into a rainy day and rainy night, like it's supposed to rain, I think, starting in the afternoon and all night into tomorrow morning. So we're going to have some pot roast. I mean, that's not necessarily why, but it just sounds extra good because, you know, I don't know, nice hearty meal on a cool rainy day. So we're going to get that into the crock pot, and so let's do that first. All right, so I'm going to start by cutting an onion. I'm going to just roughly chunk up this onion. I'm not like, we'll probably just pull it out and not actually eat it. So I'm just kind of putting it in there for flavor. So big chunks. I'll pull this apart. Let me see. I'm just kind of put chunks in here, okay? Around the roast. The roast is probably a 2 to 3 pound, I don't know. We get our beef in bulk from a local farmer, so I bought this beef actually like, I think we're still working, I think it was last year, and we still have a good amount left, but we bought a half of a cow, which is a lot for 2 people. So anyways, there's not weights on the packages. We're just gonna toss those in there. And then I'm just going to cut, I'm not gonna share all this with you, the details of it. I'm just gonna peel and roughly chop up 4 carrots. All right, you can also put your potatoes. This is a, first of all, very basic pot roast recipe. I'm not expecting to like blow your mind with this recipe, but it's what we're having for dinner. You can also chunk up some potatoes and put those in there, but I have a hankering for mashed potatoes because it's not something we have very often. So I'm gonna do that separately later on. And I am just going to add on some onion powder. I guess you could do both sides of the meat if you want before putting it in, or I don't know. You could put the vegetables at the bottom. I don't really care about following those kinds of rules. So garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning, or you could just do like parsley or I don't know, whatever you feel like. And then some salt. And if you like to cook with pepper, feel free to add pepper. I do not like black pepper that much, so I don't cook with it. And I just made a mess of beef broth, so hang on one second. My beef broth carton seems to be leaking when I shake it up. So we're just gonna go ahead and use this. I'm gonna pour in, I think it's probably about 2 cups of beef broth. You could also add in some water. I don't know, I've seen some recipes that say that the meat should be covered, but that's never really been my experience because the meat's gonna produce like a bunch of liquid too. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm home today, but that's it. I've somehow made a mess. Don't know why my beef broth was leaking as I was pouring it, but it was. And I am going to put this on low. I might switch it to high. I like to do low and slow like always. I really don't like to do it on high. But my idea would be like low for 10 hours. But it's 11 a.m. I don't know when we'll be eating dinner. We eat dinner at weird times, as you may know if you've been here before. So I don't know that, you know, low on 10 hours will happen. But low and slow is great. It gives you nice tender meat. Anyways, that is it for the dinner prep for now. So I have a lot of stuff to do around the house today. Yesterday I did some errands and I had a chiropractor appointment, which was awesome. I haven't been to my chiropractor in like 3 months because she was injured and couldn't see patients. And she's coming back to work slowly. She's limited in her hours that she can work, but she saw me yesterday for an hour-long appointment and it was amazing. If you've never struggled with, and maybe you have and don't realize it, but if you've never been to the chiropractor, a really good chiropractor can change your life. And I was so grateful for her sake that she's back, at least to some degree, and for my sake, because I don't know how I was functioning because so many things were out of place, but I've been having issues with my neck and it was causing migraines and just feeling weird and uncomfortable. And it turns out, in addition to other things, my collarbone was out. I had several ribs out. My pelvis was out. My tailbone was out. Anyways, I was kind of a hot mess express, but I had an appointment with her yesterday and that was amazing. Anyways, long story for that. I did do a little bit of grocery shopping. I ran out of time because I had my appointment and then we had our small group for church. So I actually didn't do a lot of grocery shopping, but I'm going to share with you my little haul. I actually mainly just got I had to like go to Dollar Tree and Walmart and like get other stuff that wasn't really food related, but I did get a few food items, and I just got a couple of fresh things, and that's gonna be enough. I was thinking maybe I'd go out later this week to do a little bit more, but we really don't need anything. I think we'll be fine going into the weekend because I was able to get a little bit more like fresh produce. And I normally don't like to go shopping on the 1st because it tends to be really busy, but I might have to so that I can try to score some clearance candy. You know, what else am I to do? Anyways, my house is also kind of a mess. My dishwasher is full of clean dishes. My sink is full of dirty dishes. So let's do a little haul real quick, okay? All right, if you hear some dripping, it's just because my sink is full and I just used the water, and so it's slowly trickling out and making dripping noises. So from Aldi, or Walmart rather, which is where most of the stuff is from, I picked up, this is the stuff I use for my own laundry detergent. I make a powdered laundry detergent. I do also use a liquid one that you might see me buy sometimes from Lidl, but this is what I do most of the time. I still need the super washing soda. They were out of that, but I just picked up, you know, what they had on hand. I actually am about to, excuse me, about to make some, and I already have everything I need, but usually as soon as I make it, I might actually have to do that today because I need to do some laundry and I'm just about out. But usually as soon as I make it, I buy the ingredients for the next batch. A batch usually lasts me around 6 months, maybe even longer. But because they don't always have them all in stock at the same time, I just buy them when I see them. So that's what I did. I bought some spray paint for, I'm going to be painting something. That's why. I bought some Annie's mac and cheese. We don't eat like this very regularly, but when I buy it, I just buy a bunch of it. So that's what that is. Some beef ramen. We really just use the noodles for this. Usually we don't. Occasionally my husband might have ramen with the seasoning, but usually it's just for the noodles for a beef ramen stir fry, I think is what it's called. We actually just had that. I did not film it. I haven't been filming a lot of dinners, but I know I've filmed it in the past. So when I went to do that, I realized I was running low on the noodles. A couple things of my chai tea latte concentrate. I love this stuff, and I always keep several on hand. So as I use them, I'm buying more. Some Parmesan and Romano cheese. This is what I like if I'm not doing freshly grated. So I just bought 4 of them. They're not super huge jars, and they're always on the top shelf, and I can't always reach them. So I bought 4. And my husband asked for some banana peppers for sandwiches for lunch, for work. And then a little Dollar Tree. Oh, sorry. It's just not to be all over the place. I also picked up a head of lettuce that's in the fridge. And then I picked up, show you my mess here. I picked up some bananas at Walmart. And then I also picked up some pears at Lidl. I only ran in there really quick. I didn't really get a whole bunch there. See, dishwasher's clean. Sink is full. I got some work to do from last night. Okay, moving on to the Dollar Tree. I picked up this little non-slip underlay for rugs. I have 2 little rugs by some of our not so frequently used doors, but I need something like this underneath it, so I'm going to try that. I got a couple of these. There's 2 here. They're just stacked. My plan is to move my craft supplies to a closet closer to where I usually work on my crafts. And I'm wanting to do some organizing in there. But the main thing I wanted was a 3-tier rolling cart from Walmart, and they were out. So I'm not going to be setting it all up yet, but I at least got some of the components. I got 3 of these collapsible storage cubes. This is also from the Dollar Tree. I think, I'm going to double check, but I think this is the right size. I have a cube organizer thing in that closet already, but since I'm redoing the purpose and the use of it, I thought these would be helpful, at least for some of the cubes. And then this is one of those little carrying caddies. I got one of those. Thought that would be really handy for some of my craft supplies. I might even get another one, but I can fill everything, like some of my most used items in here, and just take this out of the closet to my workspace. Got myself some fuzzy socks. I actually thought I got myself 2 pair, but the other pair might be in my bag with the craft supplies, and I just missed it because that will be in a different haul, my crafting supplies for my other channel. And then just some random stuff. They have all of this fun stuff out for Halloween, and I just figured I would pick up some of these for when, well, we have various people who come and visit, but when we have, we do have some company coming before too long, and I just thought it'd be fun to have a few random things, another coloring book. I do have some stuff like that on hand, but We don't have a ton of toys, and I don't feel like I need to have a ton of toys, but I thought it'd be fun to have a few things for the kids to play with while they're staying with us. So that's it. That's all I got. Not really a grocery haul. Doesn't look like we have anything to eat, but we have plenty of food already on hand. And then we're gonna hit the weekend where we either eat out or eat leftovers or eat just random makeshift food. And then it'll be Monday and I'll be going grocery shopping. And the ice just dropped if you heard that. That's what that loud noise was. All right, well, I have not done a good job at vlogging today. I kind of got working on a project, but it has been, I guess, 8.5 hours. You can see the bone. I didn't even realize there was a bone in this, but the bone just came right out. I'm gonna take out the onion chunks and then see where we're at with the meat. I might have to pull it out of here, take off any big chunks of fat, and then shred it up, and then we'll get working on our mashed potatoes. All right, I got the bones out, and just kind of broke up any big chunks of, there was big chunks of fat near the bone. And now I'm just going to ladle out some of this because I am going to make gravy in a minute here. And then we're going to add in a can of drained corn, and I'm just going to let this sit while I do the mashed potatoes. All right, so I just washed my potatoes. I just have these little yellow ones, and I'm just gonna cut them up a little bit more so that they will cook faster, but most of them are pretty small anyway. Some of them are a little bit bigger, and I'm not going to peel them because I don't mind peels and mashed potatoes, and the skin is super tender on this type of potato. So I'm just gonna chop them up, cover with water, and bring them to a boil. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna put in my mashed potatoes. I kind of do it different each time based on what I have on hand, so I'll have to go in the fridge and see what I've got. All right, so the mashed potatoes are tender. I've drained them, and I'm just using my little masher. Mine's from Pampered Chef. I know I've heard people say they've gotten similar ones at Walmart or wherever. I really, really like my Pampered Chef one. I've had it for many, many years. I will link my friend Courtney. She's my YouTube friend. She sells Pampered Chef. I'm going to try to get her link and leave that for you in case you're interested in getting something from Pampered Chef. You should get it from her. All right, so now that my potatoes are nice and mashed, I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of cream cheese because I realized I had an open one. Sometimes I do cream cheese, sometimes I do sour cream. Just kind of depends on what I've got. I'm going to add in a little bit of milk. I'm using almond milk, but use what you use. I also have my broth back here warming up. We're going to make some gravy here in just a minute. Trying to decide if I'm going to put more cream cheese in. I'm going to add butter. I'm going to add about, 2.5 tablespoons of butter and some salt. Of course, if you want creamier mashed potatoes, you can pull out your mixer, but we don't mind. I'm going to add a little bit more milk in. There's a decent amount of potatoes. I was just using up what we had left because they really needed to be used. So we'll have some for leftovers. Okay, I'm gonna let that kind of go for a second. So I'm just gonna add in about a tablespoon of flour. Whisk that till the flour is nice and incorporated and there's no clumps, and let it go for a little while before you add more flour. It just takes a minute for the flour to thicken it up. So here it is. I decided to serve mine right on top of the mashed potatoes. It smells amazing and I'm pretty excited to eat. All right, well, we are about to FaceTime with a friend, and I have done horrible at vlogging today, but I made a little snack. I like to do graham crackers, a little marshmallow fluff, hazelnut spread, and it's messy, but it's like a makeshift s'more. So that is like the rest of my evening. This and FaceTime. Well, guys, this was kind of a random type of a video, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Just like I said, we FaceTimed with a friend last night and then just kind of relaxed till we went to bed. But that is it. Dinner was so good. I've made pot roast a lot, and I don't know if something was different with the roast or it's just because I don't normally have it with mashed potatoes. I normally put the potatoes in the roast. But I told my husband, I'm like, I think anytime I have time to make the mashed potatoes, I'm going to do that from now on, because it was so good. Probably because we just don't eat mashed potatoes a lot. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoy it. Like I said, I know I've been doing a little bit different types of videos. I'm still going to be sharing like what's for dinners at times, but lately I've just been like making meals or having to make them really, well, I've been making meals like kind of quick, or just haven't really been in the mood to film. I haven't really been trying a lot of new stuff. And then we've been eating like, I've been making stuff that we have like a lot of leftovers, so I'm not cooking as often. So I don't know. I'm still figuring that out, but stay tuned because there's definitely more recipes to come. I do have some, things planned. So that's it. I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.